Welcome everyone to the audio narration of a trip to Rapid City, South Dakota, May 9th, 2019 to May 13th, 2019. This is pictures from Thursday as we traveled to Rapid City of the world famous Wall Drug, one of planet Earth's best attractions. From there, we would head to Wind Cave, which is what you are now seeing pictures of. This trip consisted of Brian Wilkins, Emily Wilkins, John and Terry Wilkins, and Dina Zahos.
Only miss it. Well, we're the smart ones.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you stood up there, so I want you to duck again.
Did he lose his hat?
No. This would be a great hibernation to a bear.
Wind Cave is one of the oldest national parks in the United States, and it was the first stop Friday morning for us during this trip. I'm taking a video.
That guy has an itch.
So nervous right now.
I'm trying to figure out if this guy has any interest in going around them or not, or should I just go around them?
Oh, he's. I don't want a video. I want a photo. Wait a minute. John, just wait a minute. I want to get a baby.
I can't wait to try to get off the road.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Oh, are you ever dirty?
This is, of course, a bison, and there were a lot of bison in Custer State Park, and that is now where we are. It is now Friday afternoon, and Custer State Park is the largest state park in the United States. Lots of great hiking and lots of great views within this park. We are currently doing a scenic drive on our way to Sylvan Lake, and we are now seeing pictures of Sylvan Lake now. It's about a little over a mile round trip hike around Sylvan Lake, and it's a very beautiful hike. The weather during this trip was almost as ideal as you could have asked for. Other than high winds on Saturday for the Badlands, weather was very good for this trip, either sunny or partly cloudy on every day. We originally decided to all come to Rapid City because Emily had a conference in Rapid City related to her studies at Utah State for the week before this trip, and she decided to stay an extra few days to hike around the surrounding area, which is why we all stopped over. Me and Emily are now doing the Cathedral Spires hike, And you can see straight ahead in that picture, that is the cathedral spires. This was a very, very beautiful hike, about 800 feet of elevation gain, and about a little over 1 mile one way to the cathedral spires. From there, we did a separate scramble to the top of Little Devil's Tower, making this about a 4-mile hike total, point to point. It is now Friday afternoon, and what good would be a trip to western South Dakota without checking out Mount Rushmore? So we spent about an hour at Mount Rushmore. First time me and Emily had been back here since we were very little, and again, a very great day for a hike, and that's me picking George's nose. I'm sure he appreciates that a lot.
They could just come back and just say, you're going.
What if I went? What if I went back? Will I turn around? I want to see his face. I want to see his face.
Yep. No.
These mountain goats were right next to the parking area at Mount Rushmore. Pretty cool. And that's George H.W. Bush and Brian J. Wilkins together. It is now Saturday morning, and these are pictures from Badlands National Park. Although you can't see it, the wind here was very strong the entire day. Around 25 to 30 miles per hour sustained, with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. You can also see in a lot of these pictures ominous looking clouds, as rain was threatening for a lot of the day. It only rained in a few set occasions and nothing too major, although it looked a lot worse in the pictures. We were very lucky to see all different types of wildlife on this trip, and here is another example within Badlands National Park. The park was very vacant this day, so we went up to a pullout, and these animals were just sitting there waiting for us. and that's me taking a selfie with them, which they appreciate a lot. Emily pondering life, looking out into the distance. John getting ready for a post-hike snack. We are now seeing pictures from the Notch Trail in Badlands National Park. There is Mom, Dad, and Dina at the bottom of this trail. They could not make it up the ladder, so we were forced to leave them behind, and me and Emily continued onward to the Notch. This is the highest rated trail in the park, according to All Trails. A picture of Emily walking out into the abyss. A picture of Brian meditating. Emily once again pondering life. We are now seeing pictures from the Door Trail in Badlands National Park. This trail makes everything look like we're in a Martian landscape, and we definitely do look like we are on the Red Planet as you look through these pictures. Enjoy. Terry heading out into the Martian landscape as John checks his iPhone. Heading back to civilization after the Door hike. It is now Saturday afternoon, and me and Emily have made it up the Saddle Pass and are doing a 3.5-mile loop at the top of the saddle. And these are pictures from that loop. Pictures of more wildlife at Badlands National Park. It is now Sunday morning and we are back in Custer State Park. Me and Emily are doing the Sunday Gulch Trail, and you can see this is the trail. This is not a river. A large part of the beginning part of this trail was through wetlands, as you can see Emily coming down this waterfall to get to the base of the Sunday Gulch Trail. A very fun, very unique hike. We ended this trip with a fierce round of Pirates Cove mini golf in which me and Dad tied with a score of 42, Terry Wilkins with a score of 43, and Dina Zahos with a score in the mid-60s. Oofta. Until next time.